about her book, God is Always Hiring, 50 Lessons for Finding Fulfilling Work. I'm very excited about this. This is kind of a collection of essays about finding fulfilling work. It's inspiring, it's uplifting, and Regina is going to make a great guest. Every job is as magical as you make it, Regina says, and I couldn't agree more. We'll be talking to Regina tomorrow in our second segment, and we'll get your calls tomorrow. We'll get your calls in our first segment. We'll talk to Regina in the second half of the program, and then we'll take your calls in our second segment, first half of the program. That'll be tomorrow. Regina Brett, her book is God is Always Hiring, 50 Lessons for Finding Fulfilling Work. Today we're talking Accutane, we're talking acne, and vitamin A. Accutane is a poison version of vitamin A. I'm not sure you can still get Accutane, the brand name Accutane. I think Roche stopped marketing that a few years ago, but you can still get, and dermatologists will still write prescriptions for the generic form of Accutane, which is a very, 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 very potent and poisonous form of vitamin A. It's poison vitamin A, literally. That's why it causes these dramatic side effects, because it's a poison form of vitamin A. Severe dryness, liver toxicity, bowel disease, emotional disorders, teratogenicity, that is birth defects. These are all, you can't come up with a more horrible prescription drug that's not chemotherapy, I suppose, even though this is a type of chemotherapy when you come right down to it. Retinoic acid is a chemotherapy drug. Vitamin A has cancer-fighting benefits. Accutane, poison vitamin A, is a type of chemotherapy. Accutane's been associated with mental health issues. Hundreds to thousands of patients have reported side effects like depression, suicidal thoughts, suicide attempts while on the drug. Just a nasty, nasty, nasty drug, especially when you consider that acne is not a medical issue. It doesn't need to be medicalized. It's a lifestyle issue. Accutane's a horrible drug that exemplifies how desperate we get when we try to use the pharmacomedical model to deal with what are, at the end of the day, lifestyle, choice, nutritional deficiency, health challenges. As well as, Accutane is not only just an example of how desperate we are and how desperate the pharmacomedical model is to deal with issues that are none of its business, but Accutane is also an example of how absolutely biochemically ignorant and clinically irresponsible, if not stupid, the pharmacomedical model is. The logic to the mechanism of Accutane tells you all you need to know about how crazy pharmaceutical medicine is, or pharmaceutical doctoring is. Accutane involves shutting down the activity of vitamin A. Vitamin A, arguably the single most important nutrient of all, arguably. Certainly it's one of the most important nutrients you could ever use. Accutane shuts it down. Yes, Accutane shuts down the vitamin A chemistry in the body. We've talked about in the past how unbelievably important vitamin A is. Vitamin A is not a mere vitamin. Ordinary vitamins assist cells in making chemicals. Cells make chemicals. This is what cells do. This is their raison d'etre, the reason for existing. Cells live to make things, to produce things, to secrete things. They make chemicals, they secrete chemicals, they produce chemicals. They're little chemical-making factories, and ordinarily, vitamins help this process. They assist. They're cofactors. But in the case of vitamin A, you don't have a mere cofactor. In the case of vitamin A, and also, by the way, vitamin D, this is why vitamin A and D work together, you don't have mere helpers. You're not dealing with an ordinary helping chemical. You're dealing with a master chemical. Master on switch activator. Vitamin A doesn't only activate, it turns things on itself. It activates chemistry itself, and it does it at the genetic level. It's a genetic activator. That is so, so important, and it makes vitamin A, along with vitamin D, singular in the world of vitamins. In terms of its importance in the world of vitamins. Vitamin A and D actually have their own little escort delivery system. There's actually a little guard that sits on the outside of a cell that is searching for vitamin A. And when vitamin A contacts that little guard, the little guard actually escorts the vitamin A. It has its own personal escort system. There's no other vitamin. Vitamin D has this too. But just vitamin A and D have their own personal escort service that link up to the vitamin A and transport the vitamin A into the cell and ultimately into the genetics, into the genes. This is so important. It is absolute stupidity of the highest degree, medical stupidity of the highest degree to poison this system, yet that is what Accutane does. The genetics of a cell are involved in how the cell grows, and vitamin A works to stimulate or to normalize cell growth. In the case of oil cells, you have oil lubrication cells. Vitamin A acts to turn on the lubrication, the secretion of lubrication fluid. So vitamin A acts to stabilize and the growth of cells, turn them on, turn them off, make cells grow faster if they're growing too slow, or slow them up if they're growing too fast. It does the same thing with secretions. Accutane, because it poisons this whole process, slows down or suppresses the growth of cells, and it shuts down the production of oils. And dermatologists, and they're somehow in their minds, they think that's a good thing. Of course, you can't have acne if you don't have any oils, and you can't have acne if skin cells aren't growing. But is that really how you want to treat a skin disease that's basically a lifestyle issue and a nutritional deficiency issue? Of course not. However, if you don't know that Accutane is a lifestyle issue, a food choice issue, acne is a lifestyle issue or a food choice issue, if you don't know that acne can be treated by using nutritional supplements and it's a nutritional deficiency issue, you get so desperate, and doctors are just as ignorant as anybody else, dermatologists anyway, when it comes to how the body works. Yes, dermatologists are just as ignorant for the most part as your average person when it comes to understanding how the skin works or how the body works. Well, we'll just poison this whole system, and then you won't have acne, and I'll be a hero. And it'll cost you whatever it costs. I don't know. Used to cost a lot of money when Accutane was out. Probably the generic is a little bit cheaper. In any case, while you may save some money, the cost in overall health is certainly not worth it, especially when you consider that you can use some nutritional supplements and some lifestyle changes to take care of the problem for reals, as Ollie G says, for reals, with no side effects and no toxicity. Anyway, Accutane, it's a drug version of vitamin A. It's called isotretinoin. Iso meaning similar to. It's similar to vitamin A. It's not vitamin A, it's similar to vitamin A. And because it's similar, the vitamin A escort gets tricked. Accutane works by tricking the vitamin A escort. So if there's no vitamin A around, the vitamin A escort sees Accutane and says, well, it's close enough, and we'll take that in. And then Accutane poisons the whole system. This is why doctors will tell you, don't ever use vitamin A when you take Accutane. Can you imagine this? You got the most important of all the vitamins, or one of the most important of all the vitamins, and your doctor will tell you not to use it because the poison vitamin A won't work if you take the real stuff. That's all you need to know about the absolute intellectual biochemical bankruptcy, the stupidity of the dermatological medical model when it comes to treating skin diseases. There's so much more I want to say here. We'll continue talking about Accutane tomorrow. Then we'll tell you about some real things you could do, especially when it concerns vitamin A, if you're dealing with blemishes, pimples, and the other signs of acne. All right, we're coming back with your phone calls. 844-236-6010 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Attention! Do you owe money to the IRS or have years of unfiled returns? Are you being audited or receiving threatening letters? If the answer is yes, you need help. The IRS can seize your property and assets, impose fines and penalties, garnish your wages, and even go after your bank account. Don't take on the IRS by yourself. Don't let the IRS destroy your life. Take action now. Call our team of experts for a free and confidential initial evaluation. We've helped thousands resolve their tax problems. Let us help you. 800-261-7073. 800-261-7073.
Hi, this is Larry Smith. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. When the cleaners ruined some special clothing, all they could do was show us a sign that said they weren't responsible. But when they got the letter from one of our Legal Shield attorneys, he promptly gave us a check for $1,152. Worry less and live more with lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com, or call 855-340-SAVE. That's 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Attention taxpayers! If you've received a notice from the IRS or state, do not ignore it. It's also a big mistake to try and handle your tax problem on your own. If you owe back taxes, it's a fact that the government has the power to take everything you own, including your home, business, wages, savings, and your freedom. But here's the good news. There's a special toll-free tax hotline set up especially for you. This tax hotline will tell you about new programs that are geared to help you dramatically settle, reduce, or eliminate what you owe. But you have to call now. Take down this number or put it in your cell phone. But call 877-345-7645. That's 877-345-7645. When you call, you get free information on how you can reduce or eliminate back taxes, including penalties and interest. You can also be helped if you have unfiled returns, a tax lien, wage garnishment, bank levy, or if you've been entered into a payment plan but can't make the payments. Don't make the big mistake in thinking you can ignore or handle your tax problem on your own. You can stop the collection process immediately at 1-877-345-7645. That's 1-877-345-7645. 1-877-345-7645.
We are the premier independent talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
Back on the bright side, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're on the air 5 days a week and 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com. If you miss a program, they're all up 4 years or so. Going on 5 years of archives at brightsideben.com. You can also check out my blog, criticalhealthnews.com, as well as pharmacistben.com. I'm going to probably be blogging about Accutane here. Actually, I'm writing an article right now, so keep checking criticalhealthnews.com or pharmacistben.com if you want more information on Accutane, and we'll finish up talking about that tomorrow, and then we'll talk about some real deal nutritional supplements that you could use for dealing with acne. Nobody has to have pimples or breakouts, period. It's a sign that something's wrong. Correct what's wrong, your skin clears up. It's as simple as that. If your dermatologist can't figure it out, you don't need to worry about it because you can do it on your own. Like pretty much all chronic long-term degenerative health crises, you don't need the medical model. We don't need the medical model. If I got one thing I want to tell you, I never on the air again. You never hear from me again. This is what I want you to take home with you. The take-home message. You don't need the medical model for chronic, long-term, degenerative health issues. For emergencies, that's different. But for chronic, long-term, degenerative health issues, the medical model is impotent, it's useless, it's ignorant, it's predatory, it's exploitative, it's not fair, it's anti-humanity, and you don't need it. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Long Island.